I'm good. How I know you was gonna call
You
on me?
know, you felt it in your spirit. You know what was gonna happen. So how you been?
I'm good.
Okay.
Hanging in there, hanging in there.
And how was your 4th of July week?
My 4th of July week was actually pretty good. I didn't cheat that bad. I wanted a burger with the bun, so I had me the burger with a bun. But after that, I pretty went back to eating, back to fasting like how I usually do after 6 and stick to protein.
Okay.
But yeah.
So as of right now, do you feel like the scale is trending down the way you want to, or it's kind of like stalling out? What you feel?
Right now I'm stalling, but I'm trying to do like a 24-hour fast to see if I could get back on track. But it keeps stalling. It don't want to let me out the 20s. I don't know why. I'm
Okay.
stalling at that 21 mark.
Okay. So now let me ask you a couple key questions. If you are
Mm-hmm.
stalling longer than, let's say, closer to a month, it is safe to say it's something in your lifestyle that you're being oblivious to that if I was able to see it, I'll point out in real time. Okay? But because
Okay.
you're being is a part of your life, you might be overseeing or overlooking the elephant in the room. So, since the past 2 or 3 months since we was working directly together, what was the biggest thing that changed? Was it you got a new job? Are you getting the exact same amount of sleep? What's going on?
I know sleep is lacking, and then stress level is a little bit high these days.
Okay. So these are two main factors that could cause you to start stalling a little bit more. But now the stress itself might cause you to stall, but usually the stress itself make it easier for you to stall. It's not really the main driver. So when people are stressed, they usually eat more or snack more. So tell me this morning, did the scale drop or no?
Yes, it did by 1 pound.
Okay. Are you surprised that it dropped this morning or no?
No, because yesterday I just had one meal.
And what was your one meal?
My one meal was chicken thigh, grilled chicken thigh over brown rice with a salad. Not a lot of rice. I more stick with the meat and the salad, and I just ate a little bit of the rice. But I had that early, like 3 p.m.
Okay. What was your stick color this morning?
It was light purple, but not dark.
Are you surprised or no?
I actually am.
You're surprised that your stick color is light purple?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you surprised that your stick color is light purple?
Because it haven't been that color for a good minute. I always like in the light pink.
So are you telling me it got darker from yesterday's food choices or it got lighter?
It got darker because I hadn't had none close to purple in a long time.
Okay. Yesterday, out of all the things that you ate, what was the thing that you know that if my stick color or my scale didn't drop, this would be the reason why?
It'll be the rice because I had some rice.
Okay. Now, even though you knew that, just like if I was a dude dating you, knowing that, hey, my girl don't like it when I go to a strip club, I'm still gonna. Why did you choose to do it?
Because it was the one meal for the day and it was early, so and I was still moving up until 6 p.m. So I figured it would be okay, seeing that you said to have your heavier meal first, and once you move in it, the scale should drop or you
Okay.
should see results.
Which is true, right? But now here's the
Hmm.
thing. How many proteins did you name yesterday?
Just one.
How many carbs did you name yesterday?
I would think it had more than one, which would
Two.
be the rice, and
And a
I'm
salad.
guessing, yeah,
So
the
that's two different
salad,
source of carbs,
which
right?
had the cucumbers and carrots and stuff like that.
So I never want y'all to play yourselves. If you're saying now the scale did drop in your favor just because you didn't eat a lot of calories, let's call a spade a spade. But if you ever get to a point where you're saying, "Oh, Trey, I'm stressed out, and I have no idea why the scale's not dropping," yeah, I'm doing these or incorporating these things that I know I'm not supposed to be having, and that's the things that you know that you wasn't incorporating in order for you to lose your first 20 pounds, why would you be surprised now? Right? So now,
Yeah.
Tuesday, tell me everything that you're eating and drink on Tuesday. So the day before.
Tuesday. Trey, I can't even remember.
Okay. So I don't want to put
Tuesday.
you on the spot, but I know one thing's for certain. Since we've been
Uh-huh.
checking in here and there, you stopped doing the things what you was doing in the beginning.
You're right. I haven't been as consistent.
Okay.
I have
Now,
not been as consistent. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it or lie to you. You know, I tell on myself. I really have not been consistent, but I have been trying to work out. But I haven't been that off track, to be honest. But I know maybe it's the carbs that's stalling me
okay.
because it goes up and down. It goes up and down. Like 1 minute it to go up, next minute it goes down. So it's like where I could have been further along the road, it's like I'm fighting to take off the pounds that I put back on. You understand?
Yeah.
So it's like I could have been to my goal when we first started, but because the pounds keep going, the scale keep going up, I'm fighting to bring it back down so I don't get close to where I was. So it's like now I'm stalling where I should have been crossing over into the 19s.
Okay. But who dictates if the scale goes up or down?
I do.
So, what's the difference between somebody like Patty Ann choose to have her brown rice and salad on a random Wednesday versus somebody like, I don't know, Kirsten choosing to have her brown rice or bread and beans and a beef patty and drinks on a Saturday?
But Trey, didn't you say like if it is you make your mind up to have a cheat meal, you don't have to necessarily wait for the weekend, just have it and then just stay consistent the rest of the days?
Let me ask you a better question. When people usually cheat, they cheat when? On the weekdays
Trey,
or weekends?
most people do the weekend, but we
Okay.
Caribbean people, if we feel like cheating today, we're gonna
But
cheat
but
today.
also one thing you're also saying is, hey Trey, I've been in the 220s for the past 2 months, and I'm cheating on a random Wednesday. But I'm also seeing the scale go up and down, but it's fluctuating, which means you're doing this multiple times during the weekdays too. Which means it's not just happening on a Saturday or a random Sunday. It's happening on a random Tuesday or a random Wednesday too. Right?
Mm-hmm.
There you go. So if you're telling me in the same breath, I'm trying to cross into a different weight range, but I'm doing things to interfere with it, I cannot be surprised. Maybe I should lock back in and have my cheats only on the weekends because people usually have more fun on the weekends anyways. So if I tell myself, oh, you know what? This drink on a random Tuesday is not that deep. But I also know on a Friday, my friends like to invite me out, and I probably have a drink on a Friday. And on Saturdays, my girl likes to go get drinks, so we get drinks on the Saturdays. And on Sundays, sometimes we like to go to brunch. We go, or potentially go to brunch on a Sunday. I just named 4 different days where I had something where I'm not supposed to be having.
Okay, Trey, I'm gonna log back in. So actually today I felt bad. I know I'm gonna go out on Saturday. So my to get on track because I know I'm a cheat Saturday, I'm actually fasting for the next 2 days.
I don't want you to fast.
What do you
So
want me
you're
to
using
do?
fasting as a
As to
crutch.
get back on track. Yes, as a
I want
crutch.
you to learn how to tell yourself today, no matter how I feel, I'm going to choose to make the better choice. Regardless of what I want to do, regardless of how I feel, this is what I have to do. It is a Thursday. My day is about to be over. In the next 40 minutes after this call, I had a long day. A margarita sounds amazing right now.
Trey, you and me both. I want a double shot because my day just been mentally draining from 6 a.m. and I'm still going through that and I still got to deal with some stuff. I want to drink so bad. And I'm
Okay.
trying not to. So I came to the park and I actually was walking to try to calm down to deal with the next half before I go to sleep to start again. So I want
Okay.
to drink so bad. I was going to get ice cream, but then when I look at it, I'm like 2 miles away from the ice cream shop. So I'm like, Tracy, make it inconvenient. So I know I'm not going to go back for the ice cream. But I got alcohol in the house and I'm trying not to go in to get it.
But here's what I feel like you're doing that's kind of working against you now too. So yesterday you said you had brown rice. Today said you
Mm-hmm.
want ice cream. But you also said today you had a long day, which means you want
Yeah.
something to kind of help you decompress. But you're telling yourself I can't drink either. Would I rather you drink or have ice cream?
You prefer a drink?
Would I rather you have drink or have rice?
A drink.
Why not just have a drink?
Because of how I've been battling with the scales, so I'm trying to get focus back. I really am.
With
Because I put in too much work at the beginning of the year to fail now, so I'm trying to mentally tune back in.
Okay. So what I'm trying to make you understand is you're trying to go so hard that you're not moving at all. You blew out your engine. It's not sustainable.
Yeah, I
So
need a
how
new
about we incorporate
transmission.
something where it's not that deep in the grand scheme of things, where you're not being 100% perfect, but hey, you're still getting a B. A B get a degree. Because then if you said, okay, you know what, I'm going to have only one drink a day, and it is whiskey and Diet Coke and all that stuff. Of course, that's not great for your liver. Let's call a spade a spade. But it's going to be better than you having rice every single day if your goal is to see the scale drop. Period. It's not even close. You see what I'm saying? I'd
Yeah,
rather you have the rice, of course, brown rice, over the ice cream. That's context. But if you have that rice one day, it's easier for you to want the ice cream or something like that the very next day because your glucose levels are a little bit more sporadic. Alcohol doesn't do
makes
that
sense.
unless you're getting a margarita.
No, I was going to do a shot.
Okay? So instead of you telling yourself, I got to be 100% perfect every single day, when days like this happens, ladies, where you know you had a long day, instead of you depriving yourself, saying, "Oh man, well I wish I could have that, but I can't have that," or "I wish I could have that, but I can't have that," try to compromise with yourself and just tell yourself, "Tomorrow I will do better." So if I do end up getting a margarita today, a real margarita, get out my face. Guess what the hell I'm not gonna do tomorrow? Get a real margarita. That's a compromise. But if I said, you know what, I really want to drink today, but I also want to drink tomorrow, you know what? I don't care for this tequila soda. I'm going to get tequila soda. But I'd rather get the tequila soda over the Cold Stone that's right down the street. That's context. But you notice how I'm not saying, no, you can't have the Cold Stone. No, you can't have the brown rice. No, you can't have a margarita. No, you can't have a drink. That's when you start messing up. When you have too much restrictions on yourself. Make sense?
Yeah.
Get you a drink. I bet you the scale's gonna drop. Just make sure it's not a crazy mixed drink.
Okay. I'll probably just take a shot so I can go to bed
Even
and then
better.
go to bed.
All right. Since you
All
keep,
right,
I see you keep
thanks.
smiling, Monique. So now I want to talk to you, Monique.
Hey,
How you
Trey,
doing?
I'm sorry to cut you off. Can I give Patty a little bit of advice? Because I was there where she was at one point.
Yeah, go ahead, Tati.
Hey, Patty. So
Hi.
I would suggest, because I've been there. You know, I did the program twice. But what I found that worked for me is when it gets too much, you know, I go for a walk, but I also allow myself one thing per day that I like. It could be, I don't know, whatever you like. So it's one thing, maybe a Snicker bar, whatever. Until you get yourself, choose one thing and say, I'm gonna have this one thing, so it makes me feel better. And then like give yourself a goal. After I lose 3 pounds, 5 pounds, then I have this cheat meal. Or however, just find some type of way or that works for you. That's what I did. And then the second time around I was like, this shit is too hard to lose. I'm never gaining this pounds back again ever. I don't care what it is. So that's how I did it, because it was hard as hell, especially
Yeah, it's
when you're
hard,
going
but
through a lot, but then you have to just I want this so bad, focus on yourself and
yes,
just forget
because
about the
it's
other
like,
people.
yeah, I want things around me to work because I know I'm working on myself and trying to change certain things. And my health the beginning of the year, I started to trade and I invest in my time and my body. And it's like, you're trying to do the right thing, but your body's concerned about life, keep life, and then, it's hard, it get hard.
But
But I
life is
appreciate
gonna
the
be hard life
input.
regardless. You can't control life. You can control you. So
That's true.
it depends on how hard you want it, and you have to really want it real bad and say F it no matter, sorry, whatever is happening is, I'm not gonna let it affect me. I'm just gonna do me. Shut it out
Yeah,
and just
because
do
I know
you.
I don't want to see that number that I started with in January again. So that's why I know my limit. I don't want to get back to that number. I don't want to see it again. I want to see a certain number. So I'm tuning back in, but I appreciate your input.
No problem.
Yeah. You
Thank
know?
you.
And honestly, ladies, I'm glad that Tati said that. Tati said that basically every single day I incorporate one thing that I want. That's how you keep the monkey off y'all back. Whereas, like, when you keep the problem yourself, you're going to cave sooner than later. But that's why, if you at least give yourself a certain day, a lot of women join this program and says, I'm going to go 60 days straight without cheating. Then you notice week 2, week 3, you're cheating. Because you don't have nothing to look forward to. There's a reason why people are only working 5 days out the week. They don't force you to work 7 days out the week because you're going to burn yourself out. So if I tell you, hey, Monday through Friday, I want you to keep it cute, make sure you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing, read the labels, and make sure on average you're falling within this window. And Saturday, Sunday, you can do what you want, but you're choosing not to allow yourself to do that Saturday and Sunday. Then you're going to realize sooner than later it might happen. Random Wednesday, random Tuesday, you're out with your friends. You told yourself, I'm not going to have no queso and chips. Now you had the whole basket to yourself. Because you're basically telling yourself, I cannot have this thing, period. Versus, I can have this thing just on a Saturday. Or I can have this thing just on a Sunday. You see what I'm saying? If you do that now during the week when it's a random Thursday, like it is for me today, and I'm like, dang, you know what sounds good? I really want some fajitas. I can literally tell myself, hey, you know what, Trey? If you wait one more day, you can have your fajitas. And I'm talking about with the real tortillas, I'm talking about the real beans, I'm talking about the real rice, and I'm talking about with the real margarita. But if I tell myself, oh man, you know what sounds good? I want some fajitas. But then I tell myself, oh no, Trey, well you gotta lose weight, you gotta lose 45 pounds in a week no matter what happens. So no, you gotta lose 5 pounds first. 9 times out of 10, if you have that mindset, you're gonna fail. Because now you're basically putting a stipulation over why you can have something that you used to have almost every single week anyways. So just tell yourself on this particular day, like my days is Saturdays. My Saturdays, I might go to the movies. Saturdays, I might go to my favorite bar. Saturdays, I might go to my favorite restaurant. And I'm getting the fries, and I'm getting the real burger, and I'm getting the real appetizer that I want. And I am getting a margarita. I can promise you I'm getting a margarita every single Saturday. It's not that deep. But if I have a margarita every single day, it is that deep. Okay? So have that designated day where you can look forward to whatever you want and you can eat whatever you want, literally. So if that's pasta for you, have your pasta. But like Patty Ann said, okay, I knew I was having this brown rice and I knew I'm having this salad. I knew I'm having this chicken anyways. You know what? I'm going to have it earlier during the day. Now I'm giving my body more time to metabolize it. It is not that deep. But if you decide to say, hey, you know what? I can't have all these things. Now you're out with your girlfriends and now it's 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. You had one drink. Now you're hungry as hell. Now you're having some pasta at 11 o'clock. It is that deep. But if you plan accordingly, you could have had what you want and still not kind of mitigate the effects. Let's put it like that. All right. Bridget, what's your question?
Hey, I have a question. So I feel like I would like to ask this because I feel like it's kind of in the same thing. So I know I started off the week good, and I know that I ate everything good on Tuesday except for some fries. So I already knew the scale was going to go up. It went up a pound. So I said yesterday, I always go to my Mexican spot and get my steak, chicken, and shrimp fajitas and whatever. And then I do my little 10 chips and throw the bag away because I can't eat no more than that. But that has been working for me. But I noticed yesterday, like when I got on the scale this morning, I still gained an extra pound. And I know that I went to sleep in a decent time. Um, but I noticed something different. I noticed that it didn't keep me full the entire evening. Like I normally, when I ate it, like the first 3 times I've ate it, but I feel like I'm noticing that I'm getting hungry more, even though I didn't eat anything and I went to sleep. So I didn't know if that made sense why the scale went up again this morning.
Okay, let me ask you a better question. Tell me everything that you ate and drank all throughout the day yesterday.
Yeah, so I did do something different. I normally drink my coffee at 10 a.m., but you told us the other day that we shouldn't be doing that because it'll activate us to want to eat or activate our body or something because I'm drinking coffee with the cream. So it kind of tells me early on in the day, hey, this is my time frame. So that was the only thing that I changed. I waited until 12:30 um, when I went to go get my food and I ate at 1. So I ate the chicken, steak, and shrimp fajitas. I had my 10 chips and I had my one, no rice, no beans, and I had my one tortilla that they gave me. Um, and that was it. That's all I had.
So you tell me what's the problem that you did yesterday compared to every other day that when you used to do this, what else was you having alongside with these things?
That I probably didn't in the evening. Like I didn't eat. I normally would like have some like berries or something small
You
for
ate
my
again.
second meal. Yeah, basically.
Simple. And also, once again, kind of like what Patty Ann was saying. If I know I had some fries the very previous day, and I know I wasn't supposed to be having no fries the previous day, the very next day, maybe I should have the chips and the tortilla.
Mm, yeah,
You see what I'm saying? So that's why I
yeah.
say don't play yourselves. You have more wiggle room if you are being consistent. But if you already had a day where it's a hiccup, the very next day, let me kind of keep it cute. So every single time, okay, just to let y'all know, a lot of people don't even know this. Do y'all know you eating a medium fry is almost equivalent to your body? When I'm talking about your body, I'm not talking about the same effect, but it's almost equivalent and it's going to produce the exact amount of oxidation and reactive oxygen species as if you smoked cigarettes. That's how bad fries are. We just don't care. Tastes amazing. But you basically having a medium fry is almost equivalent to you consuming or smoking a half a pack of cigarettes. Google it. That's how bad fries are because of the oils that they're using and because of the starch that they're cooking it with is potatoes. So now that y'all know that, if you had some fries yesterday, I should probably clean up my diet the very next day. The very next day, if I want to have a snack, it better be some Quest chips or something like that. But if I'm having fries, which is a fried potato, then the very next day, I'm having chips, which is fried bread. Yeah, I should most definitely not expect the scale to drop as much, especially if that is my only meal of the day. So in days like this, believe it or not, it'll be better to have another protein-based meal because the days where you have almost equivalent amount of carbs to equivalent amount of protein, 9 times out of 10 you're going to stall. But the days that you have more protein than the days that you have carbs, even though you had a little bit more fun with your carbs, you might realize the scale still drops. Some of y'all experienced that. Hey Trey, I cannot believe I had some fries and I had a double cheeseburger and then I got hungry later. Then I had another double cheeseburger and the scale still dropped. How in the hell did that happen? And I was so full. Because you being full doesn't mean the scale's not going to drop. It's about what you're getting full off of will dictate if the scale's going to drop or not. Okay? So, didn't do nothing wrong, Bridget. But yeah, make sure if you're having a tortilla, which a tortilla from the Mexican restaurant is easily about 25, 30 grams of carbs. I wish I can really share my screen, because if y'all Google Chipotle tortilla, it will literally say easily about, if I'm not mistaken, 47 grams of carbs. I know that off the top of my head because I used to love a Chipotle burrito. And I used to get the bowl, act like I'm doing something, but I used to tell them to put the burrito or the tortilla in the side. So that way, after I'm done eating it, now I can kind of wrap it up. I'm playing myself. I'm still having the tortilla. All right. So now, if you actually paid attention to, which I wish I can show it up. Matter of fact, I'm gonna see right now, so I'm not freestyling it. But Chipotle chips, about 10 chips for 1/4 of the bag. 1/4 of the bag from Chipotle. That's 73 grams of carbs. Nobody's ever going to think that. But that's how crazy Chipotle chips are. But guess what? Those are one of the best chips I ever had on earth. So sometimes I don't care. But this is the first time I Googled it, just to show y'all that it's going to be the things that are fried chips, especially if it's fried bread, tortilla chips. So be mindful with that. Okay?
Thank you.
All right. And one thing I'm going to let y'all know, ladies, if y'all ever want to call my bluff, just have a day we eat nothing but protein. Not fun. I don't do that, by the way. But the scale will drop every single time. Every single time. So when I tell y'all, okay, they after, you kind of had some fun or you kind of had a starch. So like, even like today, I had a crab cake with green beans. And I had a protein shake. The Fairlife protein shakes. Why? Because last night I went to Chick-fil-A and they messed up my order. I love this Chick-fil-A. They always mess up my order. And they gave me fries. You know what I did? Destroyed them. Thank you, Chick-fil-A. It was sent from God. So I had Chick-fil-A fries at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. So today, being intentional, I'm not going to have nothing crazy today. Do you see what I'm saying? It's just offsetting it.
Balance.
Balance. That's all it is. If I have fries one day, starch, especially a fried starch, the very next day, let me keep it cute. Let me have more veggies. Let me have a meal that I enjoy, but it doesn't require any starches for me to enjoy it. Okay? All right. Well, speaking of the devil, Marianne, what you got going on?
Nothing, just a sponge. I'm just learning and listening. I just restarted my journey, so
Yeah.
I'm seeing the scale drop already.
Of course. I told you.
Yeah.
So, ladies, the best thing for y'all to do after Marianne, by the way, just had her first baby. That's why she rejoined the program. But the best thing y'all can do is literally within the same year of you having a kid, reset and do this program over again. If you reset, do this program over again within the same year of you having a baby, you can bounce back and never have that mommy pouch, believe it or not. Your skin loses elasticity after a year. Okay? So the best time for y'all to bounce back is within the same year you have a baby. You're going to lose elastin, you're going to lose fibrinogen, you're going to lose collagen. So start giving your body more collagen. Make sure you're eating enough protein, because the fibrinogen and the elastin, like I said, it is protein. It's really that simple.
And I was scared that I was going to lose my milk from the fasting, and I did not.
Wow.
Everything I read
Didn't say you
online was
wasn't gonna
like,
do that?
don't fast. You're going to lose your milk, and my milk is still the same.
You know why? Because once again, ladies, this is 5% of your breast milk. 95% of breast milk is fat. When you're doing a fast, what you burning, Marianne?
You said what?
I said, when you're fasting, what is your body running off of?
Your carbs or fat?
Your
Sorry.
fat.
Fat.
If you're fasting, because you're not eating no carbs.
Yeah,
You
you're
see
not.
what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So 95% of breast milk is fat, ladies. So remember that. So once you're finished the fast and you worry about milk production, you got to give your body enough fat. So make sure you're eating an avocado. Not an avocado in every single meal. Okay, make sure you incorporate a little bit of olive oil. Olive oil is not that deep. It is healthy. It's a monounsaturated fat. Just make sure you're not wilding out with it. But the best thing you can do to make sure that your breast milk is not dropping off at all is make sure you're taking that tablespoon of Carlson's cod liver oil. One tablespoon will do it. Okay. All right. Lashonda, you got a question? Okay,
Yes, I'm
perfect.
sorry. I was trying to get you unmuted. Sorry about that. Yeah, did I just hear that you said we could go straight protein?
Yeah, any day that you really need to see the scale drop, if you go just straight protein, the scale's gonna drop 9 times out of 10. Especially if you get some sleep.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I've been choking down the vegetables, knowing I don't like them. When I can survive on protein. I can survive on meat and a little bit of queso, and I'm straight on some fat-free cheese.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, you can definitely do that.
Okay,
So you don't have
that's all I
to
needed to
force
know.
down vegetables
Sir?
if you don't want to. Now, as a nutritionist, just for overall health, I am gonna try to recommend you to try to get some veggies in, but that's on you. You know, if you had to see the scale drop, you don't technically need vegetables. But if you want to be consistent with what you with your bowel movements, might want to have a vegetable or two.
Because right now I've been doing, you know this, I do the taco salad without the taco shell. I just do the little bit of romaine lettuce spring mix,
Yeah,
a little bit of that fat-free cheese, taco meat that I did myself with some bell peppers cooked into it, dry taco seasoning, a little bit of, and
yeah,
then I eat some grilled chicken.
right. Well, that's fine.
And I've been trying to fight into it, try to fight another vegetable in the mix with the grilled chicken, but I really don't want it. I just want the chicken.
And if you have to fight for it, don't have it. Just
Okay, and then I think I got the Fairlife, and you're absolutely right. It tastes almost like a weird yoo. That Fairlife chocolate
yeah,
tastes almost like a yoo-hoo. So,
yeah. Actually, kind of tastes like real chocolate milk. You know. So if you
fat-free
like that,
chocolate milk.
yeah, you can have that. So if you
It
like
don't
it,
have
have
that,
it.
that heavy whipping taste. The heavy cream of the regular ones, but it's definitely doable.
Yeah.
And I can finish my day off with that so I can get a lot of protein in because I really don't want a salad.
Did you Did you have that yesterday or no?
Yeah. No,
Fairlife?
the shake.
Yeah.
No, I cracked one open today and tasted it just to see if I like it. And it tastes like yoo-hoo. So
Okay. All right. Yeah.
I'm going
So
to
if you
finish
like it,
that
try
off at
it.
6.
Okay.
Sir?
No, I said basically if you like it, yeah, you could have that.
Yeah, so I'm going to do my,
So,
my taco salad at lunch or to break my fast at noon. Have
Yes.
yes, yes. You can
Yes.
have sweet
You can
potatoes.
have sweet potatoes.
I can have it or no.
Yes.
No, you
Yes.
could have it. You could.
But do it early. Oh, he's back.
oh yeah, I hear y'all snitching on yourselves. Who said Don Julio? Y'all talking about
can't
sweet
hear
Just
you.
potato?
have it
I
earlier
left
on
for
in the
5 seconds
day.
and y'all
You're
going
mute.
crazy? Okay. I left for 5 seconds and y'all going crazy. Y'all talking about Don Julio. Y'all talking about turning up. Y'all talking about sweet potatoes. What's going on, y'all? What's really going on? Y'all over there acting wholesome until I get off. So what's going on? Who asked about the sweet potatoes? I already know it's Monique. So snitch on yourself, Monique. Okay. Yeah, I'm over here trying to learn about sharing my screen. Okay, but
Wait, can we
basically,
have sweet potatoes? I thought we can.
okay. Matter of fact, Katisha, can you have sweet potatoes? I'm gonna let her answer.
Yes, you just can't put nothing in it. You could have some cinnamon or something, but no butter, no fat to it.
Yep. Can y'all see my screen?
No, just you.
Just see you.
Okay, all right. I'm trying to figure
We
something.
could see you.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna learn this. If I start learning how to share my screen, it's lit. But yeah, so ladies, can can you have sweet potatoes? If you
Yes.
choose to have a sweet potato, first off, is sweet potatoes bad?
No.
It's not.
No.
But sweet potatoes are still classified as a what?
Start.
A
Starch.
starch.
A carb.
What is
yeah.
the definition of a starch? A starch means it is full of carbohydrates. And the whole purpose of a carbohydrate is to help your body to store energy, right? So if
Exactly.
I choose to have a starch, by the way, bread is a starch, right? Rice is a starch, right? Tortilla chips is a starch, right? So would I rather I have sweet potatoes or tortilla chips?
Sweet potato.
You know that. So now the days that y'all choose to have a sweet potato, which has about 21 grams of net carbs, I know that off the top of my head. As long as I'm not putting a whole lot of brown sugar in it, black people, whole lot of cinnamon in it, black people, slap a whole stick of butter in it, black people, then I'm adding some marshmallows to it, it's not that deep. But if you have a sweet potato, make sure you have that earlier during the day, because once again, all carbs or all starches are made for you to have it earlier during the day so your body can utilize it throughout the duration of the day. That's why some of you seen people on the internet or like fitness influencers, they might have like oatmeal or they might have potatoes or they might have rice, but guess what? In the next hour or two, they are going to the gym. It's not that deep. Now you just gave your body energy to use. So somebody like Monique, she basically do Pilates, ladies. If she has a sweet potato at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, but she knows she's going to work out later during that day, is it that deep? No. But if Monique has a desk job and she knows damn well she's not working out for the whole entire day and she's sitting there at desk all day and she asks me can she have a sweet potato, I'm going to say, hey, probably not going to be the best idea if your goal is to see the scale drop. Because you're not doing anything. You're not giving your body no reason to metabolize a sweet potato if you're sitting down or you're being sedentary for the whole duration of the day. Make sense?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Please remind me again. If I'm choosing to start like doing a little weight training or whatever, when is it the best time to do it? Is it before or after I eat?
Good question. Let me ask you a better question. What is your goal? To lose weight or to gain weight?
To lose and tone.
So here's what I'll say. I lift weights every single day. Well, 4 days out the week. 4 to 5 days out the week. My goal is to lose fat or to stay lean because it's the summertime. If Katisha asks me, hey Trey, when is the best time to eat? If my goal is to see the scale drop, I will always say workout first, then lift weights. Right? But now let's say Katisha is the type of person where she's like, okay, Trey, one thing I learned about me is every single time I work out fasted, I am dragging throughout my whole entire workout. I don't feel like I get a good workout in, period. Anytime I work out fasted. Now I'm going to tell Katisha, work out after you eat, period. I don't care what your goal is. Now let's say somebody like me, where I can work out fasted, but I also notice that I got more strength when I choose to eat. If your goal is to really gain muscle and tone up, but you already kind of got the body type that you want, which means that you're already kind of around your goal weight, then I would say eat first, then lift weights. If you didn't give your body no type of energy and you are working out, you are forcing your body to run off nothing but body fat. But let's say you don't have a lot of body fat for your body to use. Now I'm trying to gain muscle. Like me, I'm already kind of lean now. If I decide to eat first, then work out, I'm gonna get a lot more benefits because I'm gonna build more muscle faster than if I just choose to still work out fasted. But the reason why I work out fasted, it just fits better with my schedule, and I'm really not hungry early in the morning. Does that make sense?
So no matter if my goal is to tone, if it's to lose fat, it doesn't matter.
Losing fat and toning is two totally different things. Toning is saying, hey, I only got about max 15 pounds to lose. Mm-hmm. If you're telling yourself I'm 15 pounds away from my goal weight, then I'll say you can start eating after a workout. Or You know what I'm saying? But if you're saying, hey, I still got about 30 to 40 pounds to lose, and I feel decent at least when I'm working out fasted, then I'm going to say work out earlier during the day or before eating. But when it's all said and done, it's all about what time you are able to work out, period, consistently. The reason why I work out fasted is not because I'm saying, oh, I'm trying to burn more fat. It's because after 10 o'clock, 10 a.m., I'm on calls all day. And after being on calls all day long, and after this group call, which will end at 7 p.m. Eastern, my ass does not feeling like going to the gym after that. I'm not. So I gotta work out early, which means I'm working out faster. So work out based off what time you're able to do consistently. That should be the time you work out. If you're trying to build a workout regimen. Don't worry about trying to work out fasted. Don't worry about, oh, well, I already ate. Cool?
Okay.
All right, cool. Good question. Do anybody, Nicole, Miss Simmons, how you doing?
I'm good. And you?
I'm good.
All right. So I have a question for you.
Talk to me.
I'm just interested. I'm interested, and I want to get your point of view on it.
Okay.
So you know how sometimes that like you would see people like when you doing a lot of diet stuff, you tend to see like a lot of stuff on Instagram, TikTok, stuff like that. So there is some people that they talk about how they lose 90 pounds, 100 pounds, and all these different things. But they flip. Oh, you did share your screen right there with the chips.
Yeah, I just figured it out. Okay, all right. I'm learning on the fly now.
So, you know how there's some people that they say they flip-flop between diets. So like, let's say I decide, okay, this week I am only going to eat one meal for the day. So that's going to be what I choose to have: my 2 proteins, a healthy carb, whether it's spinach, string beans, salad, whatever. Okay. And that's going to be it for the day. I'm not really going to have anything else. Right. And I'm going to do that consistently for 7 days. And then when the next week comes, I'm going to change it up. I'm going to do, let's say, 2 meals within my window, or I'll do 1 meal and a protein shake. And then the next week I'll do 2 meals. And then by the 3rd week, I'm going to change it up again, and I'm going to do something different. Like I'm going to do something different compared to what I did for the past 2 weeks. Like, is that something healthy to do, or flip-flopping like that really doesn't make sense?
My question to you would be, why would you flip-flop like that? What's the point?
I guess maybe it's like you want to say like you're tricking your body a kind of a way.
There's no such thing as tricking your body.
Okay.
Your body is one of the smartest things on earth. Your body is so intelligent that it knows if I am in a stressful situation and I just so happen to be a woman and I'm trying to reproduce, but based off my environment, I'm noticing that I'm not receiving enough calories, then guess what your body's going to do? Make it hard for you to reproduce.
Okay.
Because it don't make sense. Why would I bring a kid to this earth if this person or my host is not giving me enough calories? That means you can't sustain a kid. That's why some women, when they're losing weight, they are literally infertile. Because you're cutting out everything. And that's why some women realize when you do a crash diet, such as, I don't know, I'm going to do a smoothie detox. And I'm only going to drink smoothies and protein shakes for the whole 7 days.
All those different things.
And then once you start eating real food, what happens?
You're going to put the weight back on.
Plus some.
Okay.
So you can do that if you want to experiment. But my logic of thinking will be just find something that you're able to do consistently for the 3 weeks. You don't got to flip-flop like that. You don't got to eat 1 time a day. And that's why, like, if y'all pay attention, I never tell y'all to eat 1 time a day. I tell y'all, eat when you are hungry. Because you might realize, one day, I only require 1 meal. Another day, just by happenstance, I just require a meal and a protein shake. One day, I am hungry as hell. Maybe because I'm on my cycle. And maybe because my metabolism is burning 300, 500 more calories than it usually does when I'm on my cycle. Maybe I should eat 2 to 3 times a day, or that'll be the day where I eat 3 meals and maybe a snack. Trey, I'm just hungry. I just felt like I was so hungry. Listen to your body. You eating is not the issue. You eating less doesn't mean you're going to get faster results. If anything, you eating less, sooner than later, your body's going to catch on and you're going to start stressing out your body, which means now your body is going to start producing hormones where it's going to impede you from losing fat. That's why I told some of y'all, hey, you're eating one time a day. Why? And some of y'all be like, oh, well, I felt like I was going to lose more weight. Or you know what? I had to self-discipline myself because I know I ate crazy yesterday. You don't got to do that. Just get back on track. So I would rather you choosing to say, oh, you know what? I'm going to eat for the next 7 days without fasting, but now I'm just going to eat these protein and veggies. Versus you saying, hey, you know what? It's just easy for me to just cut out eating completely because I don't have no discipline. Okay?
Okay.
The name of the game is to have a better relationship with food, not cutting out completely.
Right.
Straight that simple. All right?
Okay.
All right. So, yeah. So, I mean, you could try that, but I would recommend on average, if somebody asks me, Trey, just a general blanket statement, how many meals should I have a day? I will always say 2 meals at least and maybe a snack. The snack is impossible. Okay?
Right.
So when you start saying, hey, Trey, I'm basically eating 1 meal a day, I'm going to always say, not the greatest idea.
Well,
Now,
I guess it depends on what time you eat the 1 meal and the time you eat the 1 meal. Wouldn't that really make the difference?
No. The difference will be how big is your meal and are you giving your body an adequate amount of calories, which the average women don't do in 1 meal.
Okay.
Because now, Nicole, if I said, okay, Nicole, I want you to only eat 1 meal today, that's the only thing you can eat the whole entire day, what would you eat? Naturally. What did you just think about?
If you was to tell me that, no, with the knowledge that I have now, being on the program, for me to be, like you would say, satiated for the day or full or whatever it is, usually, I mean, my window is, I brought my window from 12, I have my window at 12 to 6. Usually I don't eat at 12. I will eat between 2 and 2:30.
Okay.
And I will definitely go for steak, eggs, and I will have spinach in there, and I'll maybe do a little side salad, and I can tell you I will be good. The most I will go for is a yogurt, and that's it, and I'll be fine.
Okay. So you notice how you even said steak, eggs, spinach, and salad, but after that, I could possibly still go for yogurt. Right?
Right. Yes.
That
correct.
means that your body just want more energy. Which means 1 meal a day might not be as ideal as you think unless you're
Right.
somebody who is able to eat a whole 16-ounce steak in one sitting with the eggs, which women
Okay.
usually don't do.
No, that's too much.
Oh, see, that's too much now. That's my point. So when you see people
Right.
eating 1 meal a day, they're literally getting out a whole 16-ounce steak, or they get the whole packet of ground beef, and then they're
Right.
cooking that whole thing, and that's what they're eating with maybe 2 or 3 eggs and some spinach. Then calling it a day. That's enough calories because you gave your body enough fat and probably about 100 grams of protein. Now it's not that deep. But the
Well, I
average
mean,
woman's not
I
doing that.
usually would make the whole pack of ground beef, the 1 pound pack, like you said, really and truly, we should have the whole 1 pound pack, but I cannot eat the whole 1 pound
That's my
pack
point.
in one sitting.
That's my point.
So I will split it into 2.
Right. Which means 2 meals a day.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Right. I didn't say eat 1 pack earlier during the day and eat 1 pack later. If
Right.
I'm a grown man, if I make a 1 pack of that ground beef, that will be my only meal of the day, which means what? I am splitting up that ground beef into 2
Into
separate
2.
meals. Mm-hmm. But all came from
Okay.
one source.
So technically, if you try like those, how they do those protein fasts, this watermelon fast that everybody's doing, basically you just like losing water weight with that.
You're
would
only
say?
losing water weight. That's exactly what I'm
Okay.
saying. Because in order for your body to lose fat, insulin got to be down. In order for insulin got to be down, no sugar should be in the system. Watermelon, matter of fact, guess what? Guess what I can do now, y'all? Yeah, I can share my screen. So now, if I Google, am I doing it right? Okay, I think I'm doing it right. All right, boom. So now, if I Google watermelon nutrition facts, 1 cup or 100 G, you already know the vibes, right? It says 11.5 grams of carbs, 9.4 grams of sugar. Just to let y'all know, the human body only has about 1 teaspoon of sugar circulating in the bloodstream if you did a 24 or 48 hour fast. 1 teaspoon of sugar is 4 grams of carbs. So you see, in 1 cup of watermelon, you already doubled up the amount of sugar your body needs for the whole entire day. I'm not saying this to tell y'all watermelon is bad. Don't get it twisted. I'm just saying when you are eating watermelon, now you're raising your glucose levels high enough where insulin is being produced. And when insulin is being produced, it's literally impossible for your body to start touching its own fat. So guess what your body's going to start touching?
Muscle.
There you go. That's why everybody who does a watermelon fast, they realize that the scale dropped, but you still got that same fupa. That fupa didn't go nowhere, but the scale dropped. So you lost something, but what did I lose? And then you start realizing, oh, a lot of the people who does these detoxes, at one point in time, Herbalife, they do these smoothie detoxes for 30 days. They look skinny. They look frail. They look like a crackhead. They don't look as healthy when they lost the weight. That's because you lost the wrong type of weight. You lost connective tissue. You lost tendons. You lost ligaments. You lost muscle. You lost water. And you lost a little bit of fat. I'll be lying if I didn't say you didn't lose any fat. But you lost more everything else but fat. That's the problem. When y'all on this program and y'all pee on that stick and your stick color's purple, that's a telltale sign that you lost literally about 92% fat. I'll be lying if I didn't say you didn't lose any muscle. In order for you to lose weight, you're going to lose a little bit. But if you're eating enough protein, which is why I tell y'all, hey, I want you to eat a double cheeseburger first thing in the morning. Now, no matter what, I know on average that's not going to be your only meal, but now you gave your body a good jump start with protein because you gave your body about 60 grams of protein off the rip. Now you're probably going to eclipse 100 grams of protein, which means what? Now you're not losing any muscle. So everything I say is kind of for a reason.
Okay, so let me ask you another question. So, all right, so we know that every time we are fasting from whatever time to whatever time, right?
Yep.
So every time we break our fast, our insulin is going to spike, right? Yep. Now that's why you always suggest for us to break the fast with protein because then it's going to take the insulin is not going to spike as quickly as it would spike if you were to do carbs, right? Yeah. Okay, cool. So let us say if you do break your fast at 12 o'clock, right? So you have your protein, your vegetables, whatever. And around 4 o'clock again, before your window closes at 6, you're like, you know what? I need to eat something else. So you get something else for you to eat. Now, like how you suggested, the other day, I can't remember the young lady's name that was, she wanted the bagel, and you suggested the kind of bagel that she could have that is protein, right? So let us say if she has the bagel at 4 o'clock before her window closes at 6. So she has the bagel with maybe 2 boiled eggs, I don't know, or some low-fat cream cheese or something like that. I don't know. I'm just throwing an idea, right? Now, your insulin is going to spike again,
but not as high.
As high. Okay, got it. All right.
So when you have naked carbs, your insulin is skyrocketing.
Okay.
When you have carbs with fat, the fat helps your body slow down how much glucose levels is being produced outside. When your body has carbs with protein, your insulin is going to spike, but not as high as if you just had naked carbs by itself.
Okay.
Y'all see what I'm saying? So carbs with fat will slow down how much insulin is being spiked the most, but the worst 2 things to mix is what? Carbs with fat.
Right.
Because now you're giving your body 2 different energy sources. So now your body naturally prefers to run off carbs. So if you give your body carbs with fat, your body's going to say, okay, bet, I'm going to just use these carbs. All this fat they just gave me, I'm going to put it in storage. Boom. So when you have your buttered rice or your fried rice or your tortilla chips, in order for you to have a tortilla chips, we gotta fry it. So your body's gonna say, oh, we got a whole lot of carbs coming in right here. And it's coming from a starch. That's a whole lot of energy. So all this fat, we don't need this. We're gonna put this in our fat cells. That's why it's easier for you to get fat mixing carbs with fat. But if you don't have the carbs with the fat, then your body cannot really store the fat. It's going to just prefer to burn it. So the key is carbs. If you have carbs, and I'm not talking about vegetables, ladies. I'm not talking about, oh, I had some tomatoes, Trey. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about, oh, Trey, well, I did have a little bit of spinach. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, hey, Trey, I had a little bit of rice. Yeah, that matters. Hey, Trey, I just had a little bit of sweet potatoes. Yeah, that matters. Starches. That means it is calorically dense with carbs, which is the key that's going to give your body the signal to open up all the cells. So when you have a little bit of fat with it, it's going to get stored. That's how it works. So if you're going to have some carbs, never have naked carbs. Have carbs with protein at least. Don't really want to have a carbs with fat unless your goal is to gain weight. But if you're going to have a carb and you don't have any protein available, okay, you might as well have some fat with it, because that's going to slow down how much it's getting spiked up. Simple. But I'd rather you have, in this instance or this example, the solar bagel that she's talking about. The solar bagel also got a good amount of fiber in it. That's why fiber matters, ladies, because all carbs are supposed to come with fiber naturally. There is no carb on earth that is natural that doesn't have fiber with it. So if she has the solar bagel that has carbs with fiber in it, right? And then she chose to put a little bit of jelly or something like that on it. Believe it or not, it's not that deep. I would rather y'all mix a carb with a carb, but this carb has some fiber with it, than you have mixing a carb with a fat. Period. So, believe it or not, you having a bagel with jelly is better than you having a bagel with cream cheese. Period. Just let y'all know the vibes. All right? All right. This call is about to end in 1 minute. So can I answer one more question? If you got one more question, speak now, forever hold your peace.
I do. Is there a place to have where you have a list of like your healthy snacks? Is there a list somewhere?
Yeah, I had
like
a grocery haul video.
Substitute for bagels, substitute for chips, stuff like that.
Did you watch the grocery haul video?
Oh, oops.
In the Clan Commandments?
Yes, I did.
You watched the grocery haul video?
I did not watch I didn't watch that first one, but I read the Client Commandments.
No, all the way on the bottom in the Clan Commandments, you're gonna see a grocery haul where I swapped out everything in the household.
Oh, okay. Thank
Watch
you.
that. Okay? And once again, from now on, ladies, low carb bagels near me, protein based bagels near me, low carb ice cream near me, low carb chocolate covered almonds near me. See what's near you. Look at the label. If it makes sense, have it. Net carbs closer to 5 than 15. It's really that simple. All right? But thank y'all for making this call.